Hi. Oh my god, I figured it out. Hi. Oh my god, I figured. Okay, it's working. It's working. It's working. Let's go. I was talking to myself for the past other live stream because it was not picking up my microphone. The PlayStation controller, because I have a lot to learn about broadcasting on PlayStation. Anyway, let's recover both of these. And, move them back to where all the other cars are. We're just gonna leave our trailer there because I don't give a shit about that trailer. Yeah, so whenever I was crossing that river, nobody got to hear my agony. Yeah, nobody got to hear my agony. Painful agony. This game is so foggy, my god. Yeah, so I got all my trucks lined up out here. We got the P12, whatever that Russian thing is. The International, the Chevy, and the Jeep. I have two scouts, even though scouts are basically worthless, because I like scouting around. Anyways, I really want to start doing the logging missions, just because, but I think maybe we should get the Scout 800 first. Just because I just want to get that out of the way. So, I don't know, let's use the Chevy to get it. And hell, let's put it in all-wheel drive all the time. Four-wheel drive. So, yeah, that was a waste of time doing that other stream. I don't even think it was an hour long. But I want to start doing Snowrunner and Minecraft on my channel instead of just Minecraft. I feel like if I do Minecraft too much, I'm gonna get bored, and other people are gonna get bored. And I would like to take breaks from Minecraft. Also, my computer's fine, but my monitor broke, so I took a break from gaming for a while. It may or may not have been my fault. It may or may not have been Battlefield 6 Rage from stupid snipers. Anyways, I won't be playing Battlefield 6 for a while. Anyways, yeah. Because there was so much hype whenever Battlefield 6 came out. Like, I just have to get this game because everybody's talking so good about it. And then, like, right when I got the game, everybody decided to hate on it. And it's not a bad one. I think out of all the, I don't even know if EA makes it. It's made by, like, Battlefield, not Battlefield Industries, Battlefield Group or something, I don't know. But yeah. I guess it didn't pick this up either. I'm gonna be including some car videos on my channel. I have 3 cars now. I had just bought another one yesterday. And no, I don't have a job. I have a business that I'm working on. It's barely making any money, so I had just enough to get a $1,300 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4-wheel drive. I believe it's a 4-liter inline 6. I kind of hope it's not the V8 because that's going to give me some shitty ass gas mileage, and I don't want that. Anyways, I hate this game. Anyways, yeah, so I'm going to be making videos on that. The main truck I'm going to be making videos on, I think, is Dolly. I name all of my cars human names. I have Charles, Dolly, and Willie. So Willie's the latest car. I named him Willie because he's a Jeep, and Willie Jeep. Then we have Dolly, which is my second latest car, and Dolly is a she. Dolly's name is Dolly because I wanted to name Dolly Dolly, right? So Dolly's a 1985 F-250 XL. Doesn't really seem like a female, but it is. I gendered it. It's not a trans truck either. Anyways, um, yeah, so we have Dolly, and then we have Charles, which is the OG. Charles is a 1995 Dodge Dakota. Has a 3.9 liter Magnum V6. Dolly has a 5.8 liter Windsor 351, also two-wheel drive, same with Charles. And new car, I don't know what it has. I'd like to make a video on it tonight. I might post something because I'm getting it today. It's getting dropped off in the house today, so we'll see how it goes. It was only $1,200. Issues are the issues are radiator hose leak and transmission fluid leak, and the four-wheel drive doesn't work. Which it's a really small leak, right? Because I don't feel like taking it to an auto mechanic to spend the next 3 weeks waiting and then them overcharging me to fix it. Which I have my own auto mechanic. His name is Sammy. He's pretty chill. He does a great job every time. Charges us less than I think he should. And I might work for him. So there's that. Anyways, can we go up the right way? No, anyways, I'm super excited about the Jeep. I want to do overlanding, to be honest, and that would be my overlanding vehicle. Now, my friend thinks that overlanding doesn't exist. It's just a big scam, and to that I kind of agree to a certain extent. Like, you don't have to pay obscene amounts of money to put a tent on your bed, on your truck, in my opinion. Just get like a camper shell and sleep in the bed of your truck, right? Or just buy a normal tent and camp like a normal person, which is still considered overlanding. Still considered overlanding. It's not camping. Overlanding is when you're like camping while you're on the trail. And then camping is just like, it can be on a trail, but like you're normally camping like after you're done on the trail. You camp, and then you go on the trail on the way back home later. Overlanding is going to be pretty fun. It's a bone stock and it's a Laurado, so lowish trim. But I kind of like the style of the Laurado better than the Limited. I'm not gonna lie. I like the matte plastic instead of the glossy plastic. Jeep is so much better at off-roading than this. I'm actually surprised. I thought I've heard so much bad stuff about the Jeep DLC. And the four-wheel drive doesn't work, and I'm not fixing that too soon, because I don't know if it's going to need some kind of new transfer case, or I don't know. That's the only thing I'm going to suggest. I don't know much about four-wheel drive parts. If I want to work for a mechanic, that's not very good. I was into cars for a really long time, and then I kind of phased out. Got into computers, because I wanted to do that as a business, still working on it. Then I kind of phased out liking computer gaming, and now I just want to build office computers for people so they're not upcharged by big companies. But, as you can tell, that is like impossible right now because of RAM prices. It's floating. So, I'm kind of just working on Dolly right now. I also have an issue that I guess we'll talk about. And if you don't watch the stream, you'll never know. So that's nice. Stomach cramping. I have this weird stomach cramping that the doctors can't understand. Blah blah blah. Um, and it's making it hard for me to get a job because I'm in pain every day. I don't want to sound like a crybaby though, so I'm not going to. Uh, only got $12,000 from that, but it was a free truck, so it's just $12,000 for free. It has no gas. That's why I'm selling it. Because you know I have a scout addiction, but still. Um, I don't know what other missions there are that I want to do right now. I guess there's a drainage mission. I want to do. Maybe let's do Motel Lowe's. Yeah, Motel Lowe's. Okay. I'm going to take the Zix. This is my all-purpose truck. Anyways, continuing with what I was talking about. Yeah, I want to make my car. I want to make my channel kind of a car channel too. Do some vlogs maybe with me actually working on the trucks. I'll do a post on YouTube where I post some of the pictures I've taken with Dolly, and I'll also do a post this afternoon where I take pictures of Charles and Willie. I call this a happy truck because it likes to jump, so I don't want to slow down for its stupid suspension. Anyways, let's do some interior cam for a little bit. Goodness. I don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, it's so hard right there. Yeah, I got into Snowrunner about last week, maybe, and I've already put around 16 hours into it, up to 18. So, yeah, it's been pleasant. It's a great game. I also have Roadcraft, which I might do some streams in, but I kind of hate Roadcraft because I knew it was an infrastructure game. I've never tried any of them out before, but I wanted to test it out. And no, I'm not going to compare it to Snowrunner. In my opinion, it's not as good as Snowrunner, but they're two completely different games trying to accomplish two completely different goals. And yes, I'm excited for Road Kings, even though I absolutely despise American Truck Simulator. It's so funky. Because I think maybe if the driving, I don't know, if it somehow manages to feel like Snowrunner or something, or maybe if there's like long-range off-road truck deliveries, that'd make me so happy. But it's called Road King, so I obviously don't really expect that to happen, but it could, and if it does, I'll buy it immediately, like the platinum version or something. Yes, but the cramping or whatever, don't feel sad for me or anything, and don't think I'm lazy, right? That's what I dislike, is whenever people think I'm lazy, because I've had a lot of depression around the fact that I can't get a job and I feel worthless for not being able to contribute to society, around this whole generation of men who think that if you're unemployed or if you don't have a job, no matter what the reason is, you're lazy and you don't deserve anything. Like, you're not even allowed to use your food stamps to buy Oreos. And I have a mother that basically lives off of the government. It's not her fault. She has illnesses that she can't deal with. But she doesn't look like she should have to live like that, right? She looks like a normal person. Like, she doesn't look disabled or something like that. But it's still, I kind of sympathize with everybody in my mother and I's position, because I kind of know what it feels like to have to be unemployed, especially whenever you want a job. Where is the grid? So we gotta cover this. this thing's a good gas hog. Anyways, yeah, I sympathize with people that have to look up to me, and don't want anybody to judge because all that. So I might be streaming a little bit more often. I was just taking a break from streaming because I was coming up with some issues where I just wasn't talking during my live streams, and it was very hard to keep people entertained. My watch time was very low. Like, people only watched it for like 5 minutes or something, just because I asked them to watch it, maybe. Now, with some Minecraft stuff, Dialco posted a fire video playing Re-Indef, or Indef Plus, I actually don't remember. But, yeah, so that was a treat. Holy cow, that was like an hour-long video. And I saw that before going to bed. Holy shit, I have to watch this. Monster posted a video, like, yesterday, about a Monster. And it's very good. And it perfectly summarizes up the views on the end update. I mean, personally, I think the end update is stupid, because the end is supposed to be a barren wasteland, and the end shouldn't even be in the game, in my opinion. That's coming from an alpha Minecraft player, beta Minecraft player. Other than that, or better than adventure player, whatever. Other than that, yeah, you know, even though the end is in the game, there doesn't need to be an end update. And I don't think Minecraft should be updated anymore. I think it should have been stopped being updated around 1.16 at the latest, because it is so it just feels modded, and I hate how everybody says it feels modded. Like, the base game feels modded. I don't want to play anymore. Whatever, but it's the truth. And truth be told, I don't want to play a game that feels like it's modded, even though, like, I just want to play the base game, if that makes sense. It's 1:53 already. Holy shit. Yeah, they're adding, like, such small stuff. They're not fixing bugs. Bedrock is still completely broken. They fixed, like, 3 bugs out of, like, the 20 that they had. And, like, 20 massive. It's not, like, little kinks in the game. And that ticks me off. And it's not Mojang, necessarily, that ticks me off. It's probably Microsoft's fault. I'm pretty sure Evident said that. A couple other YouTubers, IDXToyCat, maybe. But yeah, I think it's Microsoft's fault. Then again, I blame Microsoft for everything. I mainly use Linux. The only time I use Windows is whenever I'm on my gaming computer, and I literally just use that to play games. I don't use it for any other thing. I have to use Windows on my secondary laptop, which is better than my main laptop, for school. And as soon as I'm graduated out of 12th grade of high school, I am switching that laptop to Linux too, because I'm a power user. And I don't think Linux is for anybody. I think Linux is for the minority. I'm not going to go out here and say Linux is the best operating system ever. It does not have a lot of ease of use still, and it is very complicated still, even on Ubuntu sometimes, and Linux Mint, which is what everybody says. They kind of pretend, like, hey, if you use Linux Mint or Ubuntu, there's literally no problems. But when there is a problem, and a new user has to use it, that discourages them a lot, because they don't want to have to Google it, right? But if you actually stick with it, and learn how to Google stuff when you have an issue with it, you should be good. But then again, it only works if you're doing very limited amount of stuff, because a lot of people require for either work, or school, or anything else. Like, they require Windows, because certain programs only work on Windows or Mac OS. Mac OS, I know a lot of people that have iPhones that hate Mac OS because it feels weird, and they're so used to using Windows. Mac OS is weird, and they don't want a MacBook, like my mom. So, yeah, I get that. I had a MacBook for a while. I actually quite liked it. The reason I mainly liked it is because, unlike unlike Windows laptops that have fat-ass fans, because they gotta put in these chunky-ass X or x86 CPUs, um, MacBooks have ARM-based processors, and their whole operating system is optimized for them, so they're very fast, very snappy, uh, and they can even run good on 8 gigs of RAM somehow, because Apple learned how to make an optimized operating system. Windows still doesn't have that. Windows still uses like. Was I actually supposed to go back there? What is wrong with me? Windows has way too many background processes, like Linux and Mac OS. Windows is pushing too much AI updates, which is kind of okay for apps and software, but it is not okay for a framework or an operating system or something that your computer needs to run. Because AI should be an option. It shouldn't even be mentioned in the operating system. I don't care if it helps you, it shouldn't be mentioned. Until AI at least has more of a purpose than searching up Google, which is something people already do easily. Where? Am I required to buy a trailer? What? Where's the trailer? Where's the trailer? Oh, I'm stupid. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Please don't copyright me for staying around this area too. Anyways, uh, I guess we're talking about operating system now. So I'm going to go into which Linux distro is best for everyone. I would say Ubuntu. I know, controversial, because Linux Mint is clearly better. But Ubuntu still has more support, and Linux Mint is based off Ubuntu, so Ubuntu gets updates faster. And Ubuntu does not have a more user-friendly interface, which is true, but it's more well-rounded, and it's based off of GNOME, which Linux Mint is based off of GNOME, but it's trying to emulate an older version of GNOME, and it's weird because some of the UI is circular and modern, and some of the UI looks like Windows 10, and it's very weird. I dislike it. I use Linux Mint on my main computer. I'm going to switch it to Ubuntu. Shut up! I know Ubuntu is ass, according to like everybody, because it's owned by a big corporation. Let me try to think of their name. Or not Oracle. Oracle owns something else, and I don't even remember who owns Red Hat because I'm so out of touch with reality. Uh, Let me search her up. Not Ubuntu Touch. Canonical. Canonical owns Ubuntu. Who owns Red Hat? Red Hat's like the most popular business district. It's like this big ass company that I just don't remember. What the actual hell are they called? What is wrong with me? My great grandma used to work for them. It's like this old ass technology company. I used to work for. Holy cow. Why can't. Okay, I gotta switch this up. It's gonna drive me crazy that I don't know this. IBM. How the hell did I forget about IBM? I'm losing that steel grip of mine. Insane that I don't have. I do not have a steel grip on anything. But still. what should I talk about now? What should I yap about now? I might buy a camper. Might buy a camper. I've always been invested in like tiny houses or campers or something else. So I might buy a camper. That'd be very fun. And I'd probably hook it up to a solar panel, actually. This is one of the best early game trucks. You can easily get a diff lock, like right at the start of the game. I think it literally is right in front of the truck. And it has all-wheel drive. Oh, it might. Okay, never mind. It might be vice versa. It might be all-wheel drive that you need to get to engage for all-wheel drive. What else about Linux, though? I haven't used Linux in a while because I haven't really been using computers recently. I've been using phones and other stuff, and being a part of life, taking a break from technology, all that good stuff. But there might be some new Linux distros. I might make another Linux video. Who knows? Might make another computer help tutorial video. I haven't had any issues with it. And to tell you the truth, Windows 11 is kind of okay. It uses up way too much resources. I'm all for people having 16 gigs of RAM, but I don't think that should be the absolute minimum, especially with these RAM prices. It should be 8 gigabytes of RAM. You should be able to run like 2 Chromecast with 8 gigabytes of RAM. You should be able to watch a YouTube video with 8 gigabytes of RAM. I've used an old MacBook with 4 gigabytes of RAM, and it could barely watch YouTube, but it could watch YouTube. If you get a 4 gigabyte of RAM like laptop today, with running Windows 11 with like a Celeron, how the hell are you expected to watch YouTube? And if you can't watch YouTube on a laptop, why do you have a laptop? Like, why do you have a laptop that can't watch YouTube? But it's $300! And you could buy, literally, what I have, like my cheap laptop, a ThinkPad T420, running Linux Mint or something, for like $120 with 16 gigs of RAM, like DDR3, and like an Intel i5. Granted, it's 2520M, but it's a good processor. And it uses up way too much power, but I like it. And I've had to go through 4 batteries for that ThinkPad in the past 2 years, because if you leave it on that charger all day, that shit's gonna burn through that battery. So don't leave old laptops on chargers all the time, or else you'll have to buy a new battery every 5 minutes. Actually, there might be another thing we can down. Missing machinery. Test that one. Back to Linux, though. I don't know anything about Linux anymore. I recommend the normal person get a secondary shitty laptop with 4 to 8 gigs of RAM, like a hard drive or something. Test it out on Windows 10 or Windows 11, if it even supports Windows 11. See how it runs, then install Ubuntu. Trust me, install it. don't just try it from the USB because it looks like shit when you do that. And it's very choppy. And if you actually run it and install it, you'll see how half decent it is. Just for old laptops. And even though that's like the only reason I use Linux, that's a damn good reason. That means you can reuse your old laptops for browsing the web. Rolling spare parts. Find and deliver to the factory. Where's the factory at? Is the factory this? No, that's the warehouse. Oh, the factory's all the way over there. Find and deliver to factory. How the hell am I supposed to drive a truck up there? Aww. I'm gonna have to take one of the scouts up there and check it out how this is gonna work. No, actually, we'll take the Chevy. I want that extra gas as it's all about. Like to the water station. Okay. Now, sadly, after I get Billy to a repairable state, I might have to sell Charles. Because I do not feel like paying for car insurance for 3 cars. Which right now, I'm only paying for it for Charles because I'm not actually driving. A dog. So, yeah. Go ahead and risk gas just in. It's free gas. Can't turn it down. I can turn off all-wheel drive for a little bit, so it's just a road for. I'm not at Smithville Dam yet because I kind of want to try to complete as much of this map as I can before doing Smithville Dam. Just doing all the basic stuff. I already got all the upgrades. I saved most of the trailers, most of the trucks, all that. Actually, not most of the trailers. I'm pretty sure there's still like 5 trailers I have to save. And I'm pretty sure I get to keep those. So that makes me pretty happy. Because I'm pretty sure I've already like... I've already done all the ones I have to go back to their others. Ooh, wait, no, this isn't the right area. Okay, I gotta go in a couple minutes. So, we're gonna go up here, check out this thing, and then I'll quit the screen. It wasn't really necessary for me to stream today. I just wanted to. First of all, to test out how Starlink works with streaming, and to like I'm gonna remove that. So I guess like you can just walk up to it and load it in with a crane, which is what you're supposed to. But I'm guessing in normal mode you can just load it in with a button. All right, so I'm just gonna recover for right now. Leave the garage, move my truck again. Is this an inline six in this truck? It might be. Yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks now. And I want to get another one. Actually, let's look. Because we don't need another big one, I don't think. So let's just look for... Hell, let's look for a two-wheel drive one. Let's look for highway. This one's pretty good. These are all like DLC, I can't buy those. The Ford CLT 9000. That one might be nice. This one's more powerful. This one has more gas. But this one's all-wheel drive and diff bar capable. Huh. Ooh, I could do this one. This Caterpillar CT681 that came with the Anniversary Edition. I could make it all-wheel drive capable. I'm not sure if I have diff lock capabilities for it yet. And I could put... Yeah, let's go ahead and fix it. And I could put... I don't have engageable all-wheel drive yet. We're at level 13. There's no reason. But frame add-on, I could do like a log carrier. No, not like that. Do medium logging frame. But for tires, I could put on some mud tires. With some all-terrains. This one's good on everything, so that was the best, like a good well-rounder. So why would you use this? It has more durability, but less fuel worse fuel consumption. Fog lights are always nice. Like a good front bumper's nice. stock looks better. These look better. They look better in black. Nothing on the inside. Okay, so we got a new car. So do both of these have different, or not diplocks? God, what am I saying? Do both of these have axles? God, oh my God, I don't remember. I don't know anything about cars. Holy guacamole! Anyways, this is going to be our 6th truck. Look at this bad baby. This is our medium lager. We have 6 trucks now. We got a medium lager, a large lager, which is the Pacific P12 with the attachment for long logs. We have a go around like a useful utility truck. It's from Russia. We got an international truck for also like other stuff. We got the Chevy CK1500. We got a Jeep Wrangler, and we got this cat for medium logging. Nice. Okay. So that's going to end our live stream for today. I hope you guys enjoyed both of the live streams, 1 and 2. And I'm going to continue the naming scheme like that every time I do a new Snowrunner live stream. I'm just going to number it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, until I start a new game, and then I'm just going to name it Season 2, Episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or something like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I might be back tomorrow. All that good stuff, whatever. Anyways, you guys have a good day. All that. Bye.